I'm Jeff. This is my Potter's Journal for dogwood season, April 2023. Today's video is for Phil from the Emsworth neighborhood of Pittsburgh, for English expat living in France, and for me, it's the salt pigs. Let's see what's in the kiln today. So the salt pigs, this is a form new for me and a decorating method I've not used much before, but it's also something that was from mostly known in the northern part of England and Scotland for storing and keeping salt in. And as I said, a new decorating method for me. I think I showed last time. Okay, this is the last of the oil pour jars that'll have a thing put in the top, but I put a black slip on there and then comb through it like that. The salt pigs, okay, done a little bit differently, and I did show in the video where I made them how, okay, when it's wet clay, you just go like that. I can do that now with confidence. When I did the first one in a video in front of you, I was so nervous about that, but they turned out okay. We got nice squiggles on there. It's kind of typical design. Little dots on the lid and on the front. I didn't continue them the whole way around, and what I didn't do is wasn't brave enough to do in front of you in the camera anything on the back. Oh, and this one, you probably can't see inside there. Yeah, there's some raw clay. This one, I did leave raw clay on the bottom so that it can breathe, so that the salt won't clump. And my friend over in France assured me that these things are used. And hers had a really true look of authenticity about it. Something that I can only dream of getting into mine. And I really could have put more on this one, but okay, since it's kind of the first time I've been trailing the slip in this fashion, I lost my confidence. I said, okay, I did that. Maybe we better stop here. And you know what? This is the only one. I used the strap handles and a little thing here for, okay, since it's often used, a wooden scoop to get the salt, there's a thing here on the side to put, oh no! It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Oh no. Well, you know, unfortunately there's only one of these. I kind of seriously doubt I'm going to sell any of these things. I don't think people know what there are here. In fact, this Phil, oh, look at that. Oh, I am so happy with the trailing. Oh, so pleased. And this is a glaze of mine. Okay, this Phil, we'll talk about this Phil character later in the video, but for now, he's one of those people that I didn't think anybody was watching my videos from locally, but I do occasionally have somebody say, yeah, we know all about you. But he kept asking about the salt pigs. Where are they? Where are they? But I have a feeling I know he's not, okay, interested in buying one. Just wants to know where they are. Oh, wow. Oh, I am so pleased. This is my glaze. I went a little further with the trailing on there. And unfortunately, we've got a few. Okay. And here's where, you know, here's where the trailer went, and then it missed. But that, okay, broke the machine look that some of the more experienced potters at trailing would have in the piece. I am very pleased. Very pleased. And you know what? Oh, this was a special order that I think I featured somewhere along the line in a video. The gallon size, we have to hold it way back to see it all, the gallon size face garlic jar. And I put 3 groups of the holes, kind of like cheeks, okay, on it that way. So this was a special order and a big project. And okay, yeah, gallon-sized jar. It's way more than a gallon. And And there are a couple little, okay, Pittsburgh shots in here. And, okay, you know what, there's one more. And this one was the first one I did. The slip was way too heavy. Way too heavy. I was afraid it was going to chip off. And I was afraid that it would be too rough, but it has a texture I like. On this little one, I was brave enough. I did the tulip on the back, which is kind of typical. And this is a small one, so this one, okay, the little scoops will fit. Well, that's a bigger scoop. Maybe this one will fit on the one down here. And you know what? I'll show you a clip yet of how I glaze this. But maybe this one will fit in here. It doesn't. Yes, it does, if you give it a little force. Now, this is not the one I intended for that because it sticks way up here. And I knew that if I put the strap down lower, it was going to stick out at an angle, so maybe we'll have to hand carve one. Okay, but now I'll look at the glazing process on this guy, and there are some more of these further down in the kiln. And here's that trailed slip after coming out of the glaze bucket. I knew it was too thick when I put it on. It's the first time I did it, so when I did the second slip trailed piece, I did thin it down a bit. So we'll dip that one in the glaze. And you can still see it, the underlying slip, but it's a lot thinner. I think this is where we got the thickness just right on the trailing bit. But the kiln results will tell us. So, a quick look at the glazing process. There are more of those in the bottom. These are little garlic grater olive oil dipping plates. More of those for the olive tap. Okay, another one of my pies. We always have to get at least one pie plate in a video. And, okay, this is Rooster Hill Pottery. At least one pot with my slip-trailed rooster. Okay. And the next layer, these are great because they fit around little places, big pieces. So the snow on brick from Standard Ceramics and my green glaze. Some little shots. Let's see the Pittsburgh. So I don't think yeah, he's probably clicked out by now. I don't think we'll hear from that Phil character to actually pick up a salt pig because he probably doesn't even remember. But he asked me to design a garden for him years ago, must be 10 years ago, and I designed his whole back hillside garden. Well, he never planted anything, and now he's asking me about doing it again. Okay, this is a bird bowl. Now this was a special order. Okay, bird bath, except you just set it somewhere. This was a special order too. And let me show you. I'm going to do a series because this one's not big enough and I have to do it again. But before we get down to the next layer and I show you that, okay, here's another one of the little salt pigs, and actually these are for small individual or for table use, so they're more like salt cellars. And the slip was very thick. I did thin it down after doing these first two, but I like the thickness too, so that's something to, there are times when you might want that. It wouldn't work well on a dinner plate. Okay, with all of that sticking out. However, Wedgwood, I know somebody with Wedgwood pieces all around the rim, and they stick up fairly heavy. Okay, here's the story on the bird plate. Yes, special order. I let it sit here all winter. I made them and tried to rush it along. It was still had a little bit of moisture, okay, in it, so it blew up in the bisque. Okay, one more shelf to go here. And the bottom shelf, I'm going to try to go fast here so we can get to the salt pigs. Only one Pittsburgh mug in this kiln load, but there's a whole group of them I glazed the same color. Okay, there are some little heart cream pitchers with the sea mist on the inside and the snow on the brick with a black slip. Once again, I need to get I think that'd be better with a iron red slip. And there are some little garlic jars. You know what, I'll have to put these next to the big garlic jar so we can see the size difference. That was a glaze of my own on the bottom. I don't really care for it. Some potters brag about their own glazes, and I say, but why? They're ugly. So that's why I do use a mix of both, okay, commercial glazes and my own. And okay, I mean, this standard ceramic glaze sea mist, when I can just put one glaze on a pot and it finishes it with the black slip around here combed through. Okay, and I like it, and other people do. I am happy. Okay, so I see one more of those, another one. Okay, yeah, just all with the one color. These are so small that I really don't want to get too involved in, you know, the glazing as well, because, okay, I'm trying to find a combination for, I need to do some large. I've got these in 3 or 4 sizes larger yet on the wavy bowls, so I need to work out the glaze combination. And the salt pigs. Okay, we will go for the ones with the sea mist, the blue first. They're here in, I did them in different sizes, and this is with the slip trailing again. Oh, and this one, it was combed here and combed through, and then I did with the little trailer. And this is the video that got lost in the clouds. And I did find it. I don't know if I should post it now or if you've seen too much of the salt pigs, but it was on the treadle wheel. And I really struggled making, these are so small. This is, I think, like about 8 ounces of clay or 10 or something. I really struggled with these things. But they did all come out very interesting, all unique with their own character to them. So, and yeah, the first one I struggled with, and then the second video, which I could put them both in the same clip, it really came out nice. So it's just a matter of keeping at it. And this is my green glaze, and you know what, I like this, where it's banded on with a brush and combed through, and then I use that trailer thing to dot it on thicker, so you get 2 different thicknesses on the white, where it's brushed on and where it's put on with a little trailer. And these looked a little bit rough when they came off the wheel, but real nice now. Okay, and one more. Okay, this one was, okay, made for you up there in Canada. Okay, Saskatchewan. The salt pig. And, okay, you know what, I dipped him in the wax. He really only needed his feet waxed, but I dipped him in the wax, but actually I should have left the whole bottom unglazed to make it a proper, okay, salt storing pot. All right. So let me know if you want to see the video of making the small ones yet on the treadle wheel. The question now, what one do I keep? Or, I have 3 kinds of salt. What 3 do I keep? A mini, medium, a pig, or a large? Stop back and see what's going on in the studio next week.